freaking live in this. Aaron Lawrence, what is going on? Yes, first, always first. How's your night going? Welcome to the live stream. I didn't know if anybody was even gonna jump on this tonight, but we had a really freaking busy first 2 days of the weekend. It was really awesome. It was a lot of fun, but trying to catch up on some of the world championships, and I wanted to check, and I was like, wait a minute. I was planning on live streaming tomorrow night in Michigan time, and seeing what this big reveal was, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. We got to figure out the time changes there, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna be getting the announcement here at midnight, which is perfect because I work at 3 in the morning on Monday. I did not want to be up. Acting funny, so I'm reinstalling Windows. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I originally thought that this announcement from Konami was going to come midnight going into Monday, and I was like, oh, that sucks because I'm just not going to get any sleep. And I was like, oh yeah, it's a time change. They're about to crown the world champion. So I was like, yeah, they are announcing it tonight. So, yeah, not a bad call to reinstall it to see what the heck is going on. I know, I got to update my machine. So, but, yeah, so we are doing the countdown to midnight here on Eastern Standard Time, which would be 1 o'clock p.m. Japan time tomorrow, technically. So, yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, Jeremy Mitchell, that's sweet. Comes from Florida. That's where you're from down there. Where about in Florida are you? We used to go down there a ton as kids. My grandparents lived in Port St. Lucie, and my folks, I think, owned a little bit of land down there. It was basically just all swamp until they ended up selling it. But yeah, my grandparents lived in Port St. Lucie, and yeah, we spent a lot of time there. Last time I was in Florida though was in like 2006 for Christmas. We were in the at Big Pine Key, the largest key east of Key West. So that was a lot of fun. Pasco, okay. Yeah, my, I think it was my morning show partner. He was just in the Panhandle in Florida for like a week. Yeah, it is pretty much all swamp. But it other than the crazy driving that happens down there, it is a beautiful state. I miss going down there. So, gotta make it up. But yeah, we had a freaking. It was a crazy busy weekend. We do a festival out here called Rib Fest in Kalamazoo. There was like 2 nights. So the first night was the I Love 90s dance party that had CNC Music Factory, Young MC, Color Me Bad, and Tone Loc, which was really freaking cool. And then tonight we had Pop Evil headline, and it was a lot of fun. It was a hot ass weekend. So when Pop Evil hit the stage and it started raining, it was actually really nice. So, oh man. So, yeah, counting down 26 minutes until this reveal, and I'm yeah, it was a lot of fun. We because I work for a rock station. I'm the brand manager, program director of the station currently, and yeah, the rock station's been here in Kalamazoo for 35 years, which is crazy in any city that a station lasts that long. But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was just, man, tiring. So, but yeah, it was worth it totally. So I'm just curious what this countdown's all about. There's a couple of things I was thinking about. There was a couple of things that I wanted to see, that I kind of expected. I thought, I don't know, thought maybe it had something to do with the card game at first, but like thinking about it, I couldn't piece together what I thought like they could have done because they already announced the tins, and that's going to have all the protagonists, uh, main characters come in as the quarter century secret rare. And then I was like, maybe they announce that they're going to do something with the antagonists next year. Like I don't know if they plan to extend the anniversary or not, because I think it technically, I don't know if they start like the beginning of 2003, a new extra deck summon. I actually brought this up. There's a video I posted. It was like maybe 4 or 5 months ago. If you want, check it out. It's got like a modified picture of Dark Necrofear on it. Check it out. See what you think. I tried thinking of that myself. I was like, if they were to come out with a new summoning condition, like a new extra deck monster, what would it be? Like how exactly? What kind of a monster would you make it? And I came up with an idea, and it was really the only one that really made sense to me. And it basically involved a like a forbidden zone that like basically with all of like, because to me I don't know. I think the reason they wouldn't do it is I just picked up Dark Necrofear is freaking amazing. That was like one of the first cards I got. I think it was Labyrinth of Nightmare, and we opened a box like back in the day, and I got the Fiend. Was it Cursed Fiend? It was the Ritual monster, and Dark Necrofear out of the box, and it was like, dude, that thing went right in my deck. I was so stoked. The Mass Beast, that's what it was. But yeah, I was trying to think of what they could have done with the card game, and I was thinking, I was like, I don't know if they're counting the beginning of 2003 as the 25th anniversary, or if they're counting like a specific date, because the quarter century secret rares came out of a set like in the middle of the year. It wasn't even, or it was like towards the beginning of like maybe like March or April when they added that. So, but my idea was basically have the only way that you could special summon these monsters is by banishing them for the rest of the game, and basically monsters that are used as material are put into a separate zone, like a banished zone, and once a card is in the banished zone or the forbidden zone is how I worded it, because the term banished is already used in the game. But basically, if there's a forbidden zone, once a card enters it, it can't come out of the forbidden zone until the duel is over. And it would be a way of special summoning by completely getting rid of the materials used to special summon it. Because it's funny, because it's just my thought, because when you look at the beginning of the game and the fact that I've been playing this game for 20 years, thinking back when it first came out, when you removed a monster from play, that actually meant something. Or when you banished a monster, it actually meant something. Now it doesn't even mean anything. It's just part of a different strategy. Just because a card's banished. Now, we do have banished face down, which kind of limits you with certain card effects. But that was really the only one I could come up with. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what other people think, because I think it would be really cool to get a new kind of monster. I think they installed Link's 2015 is when Link Monsters came out, I'm pretty sure. So getting to be 20 minutes till we get the thing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and now it's like removed from play. It's like, sweet, that'll be back in a minute. So it does. Yeah, I don't really get it or understand it, but what would be interesting too is if there is a new way, because the only other, correct me if I'm wrong, the only other monster, different kind of monster that can come out from your hand is still just Ritual. that's played in the main deck. So even like a new kind of main deck monster, um, yeah, I don't know. Like even like a main deck monster would be like a new kind of main deck monster that requires you to do something else in order to be special summoned. Like not like obviously with ritual cards you need the ritual spell. Even like a new main deck monster would be crazy because then it wouldn't really turn the game on its head necessarily. Because like when Link monsters came out, they had to change the board. So I don't think they would do something that would change the board since it's still fairly new and people are pretty comfortable with, you know, the way your field is set up now. But maybe, yeah, like a new kind of way to bring a monster out from your main deck would be pretty wild. So, but yeah, I don't know. So I was hoping that it was something to do with the card game, but they really, with the announcement of the Rarity Collection, I thought that was probably the biggest announcement they've ever made, period, for this game. Since this set's going to be arguably the best set that's ever been released. The fact that the common player will be able to buy packs and get not only staple cards, but staple cards in one of 7 different rarities, I think it's freaking sweet. And honestly, I know there's value in this game, and I appreciate the value that goes into it. But one, I feel like anybody who plays this game should have access to make a competitive deck. But 2, we are talking about cardboard here at the end of the day. Sparkly cardboard. And I know there's money that goes into materials and all that. But, like, how much does it take to print one of these cards? And how much value we put in it as a fan base. I just think it's the right thing to do to print this new set at the end of the year and give. Oh, dude, yeah. I already pre-ordered 4 boxes, but the more OCG ones that I see, I really go, man. Just getting a case of these, you would have pretty much all the staples you would need, like all of them. You wouldn't have to buy them anymore. Because for a while I was just focusing on one deck, and then I started playing locals, and then I was like, okay, I want to build a couple more decks because I've always had like 3 of them. So. Yeah, when the more I started playing with these cards, I'm like, man, it's an expensive freaking hobby. And if you want Baron de Fleur for one deck, it's gonna cost you like 45 bucks or something. Well, what if you have 3-4 decks? It's a staple card that's gonna cost you another 45 bucks 3 times, unless you want to swap in and out from deck to deck. But that's kind of lame. So, but yeah, I'm glad that they're releasing the set. Yeah, exactly. Ash Blossom. I mean, the thing's a freaking common in starter sets, and the common is still like $3, $4, $5. So it's like, dude, it's crazy. You know, and the fact that you can pull it in like an OCG collector's rare is pretty wild. Now, the big thing is I've never seen it pulled on YouTube, but I think in the OCG, Nibiru and Ash Blossom come as a holographic rare, which is pretty much just a ghost rare. I haven't seen one pulled on camera yet. And if they announce that, like, I know Nibiru would be really expensive, but I think if Ash Blossom, like I've been talking about it, and like I think Ash Blossom Ghost Rare would dwarf the Dark Magician. I hate to say it. Either that or it would compete with the price. As I'm pretty sure that DM is the highest Ghost Rare in terms of like how much a near mint costs. So, but if they made Ash Blossom into a Ghost Rare, or when they do, because I mean, eventually it's going to happen. But yeah, if they did that, if they announced that Nibiru and Ash would be both like the chase card in the set, that would be freaking nuts. And I'm kind of expecting them to. Like, it's fun. It's funny that I'm like, they haven't announced that in the set. That's how it is in the OCG. But they do goofy stuff like that sometimes. They're like, oh, this is what comes in the OCG set. And then it goes to the TCG, and it's like, yeah, you guys don't get that. So, all right, we're like passing the 15-minute mark here, and hopefully they'll have this announcement. It's funny because I was like, oh, it'll just be a good way to hop on and chat about the game and what's happening at Worlds and kind of guesses for what this thing is going to be, what this announcement is going to be. I honestly think what I hope it's one of two things, because like I said, it was yeah, it's crazy. They do get a lot, and I think that's one thing I'm not 100% about is like how different the OCG is from the TCG in terms of like playing and what their meta is. That's one thing I don't really get, but I don't know. I think this is going to be. I hope what it is, what I'd like to see, and I know a lot of people have felt the same way too. This announcement, I would personally love to see a limited series that mixes all universes together and invite all the voice actors to. The thing is, you would need, if you were going to do something like that, you would need a limited series. You would. I don't think you could squeeze all that into one movie, and if you did, I think that would be a kind of a waste of an idea. Because if you and take a look at like, yeah, it is. Yeah, that they do that all the freaking time with those cards. But yeah, I think I would love to see a limited series with all the universes, the Yu-Gi-Oh universes mixed together, and just have a focus on the protagonist. But I don't know. It's the fact that it's not just the protagonist, but like find a way to combine all the universes together. That would make sense. That would be a lot of fun. Like I said, if it's a movie, I think that's just way too much to fit in like what, 90 minutes or something, 2 hours. It still would be not enough time. Because they've done it. They did it in the last film. And I don't know. I think that might be something cool, especially with this the strike that's going on too. A lot of entertainment's been put on hold, so I think it would be really cool if they did a limited series, brought all the universes together. But it's a 25th anniversary project, which leads me to believe that it's has something to do with the card game. But I have no freaking clue. But this will be interesting. We're about 12 minutes away, so. Oh, man. So, yeah. See how it ends and see if the U.S. can take Worlds this year. That'd be pretty wild. Especially since it's hilarious because the main builds that are used, it's funny. It really shows like how different the formats are in the game too. Because I didn't see one Kashtira deck in the top 8. Just so many of those mirror matches. Heck yeah. Yeah, no, we got like 11 minutes left, so this will be pretty sweet. I'm hoping that they actually like update like the website and go, okay, this is what it is, instead of just going, oh, the countdown's over, and then like, oh, you got to watch our YouTube channel to see what it is. I would imagine it just updates here at the end of the countdown, but yeah, I don't know. I think a limited series would be freaking sweet for sure. Because I miss watching Yugioh, man. I was just saying it earlier. Like, we used to, back like 20 years ago, when we would, when I first got into the game, it was my best friend's uncle who actually introduced it to him. And he's like, it's a new card game that just came out like a couple months ago. And my buddy Joe, he had played like Magic the Gathering before, so he knew how to play Magic the Gathering. But, yeah, he just brought it out, and I remember when he introduced it to me, he was like, dude, like, check this out. Like, look at these cards. And I was like, oh, my God. I just remember seeing that Dark Magician, and I was like, that's freaking sweet. So, Yeah, it has come a long freaking way, but I know that whatever they're gonna do, they're gonna wrap this thing up strong. So, oh, that's right, because they combine the OCG and the TCG, don't they? Or do they follow OCG rules over there, like with the ban list? That's crazy. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, why isn't there like anybody playing Kashtira? Like, that makes sense. Literally, is like it forces a culture shift by doing that. Yeah, it really has. But I was gonna say, like, I miss like watching like once a week and having to wait the next week. I didn't like when the episode was just nothing but talking and friendship and reminiscing, and I'm like, bruh, we've been waiting all week, and it's a friendship episode. That was the worst. They combined them. Yeah, that's what I thought I heard. Get down to 9 minutes left. Should hear something soon. But yeah, that was the worst, man. Things are falling. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, those were the worst. I was like, oh my gosh, just get on with it. Yeah, there seemed like there was a lot of those episodes. It's pretty bad. But yeah, I was even just saying too, like there's some that I haven't even really messed around with. It was only recently, within the last like year and a half, that I even watched like before, like post Seal of Orichalcos and pre Ancient Egypt, like all that stuff. Like I had not watched any of that. I think it's just because where I was at the time in life. So catching up on GX and having watched some of it and going into 5Ds is going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, I just think the game would be, or at least the anime and the playing style, like if they sped it up like it is now, it would just be like super. Yeah, if they actually like focused more on the dueling and just set up a pretty basic storyline. So I noticed like in the other shows that I've watched so far, especially with GX, they're explaining a lot more. They're explaining what the cards do and their effects. And it was like in the original anime, as classic as it is, it's also like, okay, like it's not. Yeah, a lot of those cards weren't even one real. At least we hadn't gotten them. And yeah, I feel like GX, from what I've seen so far, has been a lot of dueling. There's a lot of interaction within the duel, and there's more duels than like friendship storylines. Yeah, it's all on Tubi. They have it on Crunchyroll, which is like an anime app, but yeah, Tubi is a free like TV app, and they've got like all the seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh for free. Like minor commercials, but like you're watching them for free. Like you don't have to pay crap. So I'm gonna grab a drink and yeah, what we got, like I think it's 6 minutes left. Oh man. But yeah, GX is cool. Yeah, they have like I don't know if they have Arc V, but I know they have like all the way up till Zexal. So, all right, getting down to 5 minutes. See what this is. Like I said, I hope it's a limited series. Like I hope it's like a show. That would be really cool. because I mean, the voice actors clearly still do all the voices. I mean, a lot of them have cameos and they'll do one for you in the character's voice. So it's like they still know how to do the voices. And I just like the idea of the limited series because it gives people a reason. Like if it streams somewhere, that would be really cool. And just do a weekly episode. Just give something people to look forward to. I always like when series like how Disney Plus does it, where they have new shows on Wednesdays and Thursdays, because it's like, well, it breaks up the week a little bit. You have something to look forward to. So I know I still haven't seen the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, so watching that tomorrow, and so I'm looking forward to that one, because I know a lot of people gave the new leg of Marvel films and shows a bit of crap, and I know, everybody's a critic and everybody's, entertainment is subjective to how you view it, not how it necessarily is. And a lot of people gave Marvel crap since Endgame, and then that's just been goofy. I think it's been freaking awesome. I think Moon Knight is one of the best shows that they've had so far. Moon Knight and Loki together. Those two shows were a lot of fun. But, yeah, I know. 3 minutes, 40 seconds. See what this countdown is. See if Konami actually updates on time on the website. But, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I hope it's in conjunction with something that has the players in mind and really their fan base. So that would be a wise thing to do. They've already done it with the Rarity Collection. That was the first thing we needed. Yeah, Loki's fun. Yeah, I just like the direction it's going. I thought Miss Marvel was really good too. That was a fun show. Love the art concept. The cameras are panning from left to right or right to left, and you've got art, like basically graphics popping up on the wall and showing up in little places in the shot. So yeah, man, 2 minutes. We'll see what they got for us. Mm-hmm. 2 minutes left. Yeah, Miss Marvel's cool. I think the Marvels, the film The Marvels, is going to be a lot of fun. Really cool. Obviously, WandaVision was freaking fantastic. Yeah, I've liked a lot of the shows and films they've done. Alrighty. A minute 20 seconds from hopefully finding out what the trash this is. Mm-hmm. Oh, it goes right to the YouTube. Okay. All right, we got a minute. Let's see what it is. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what it's like. 20 seconds. Oh, man. 10 segundos. Okay. I'll just refresh then. They're adding seconds. What's going on? Okay, what's this? Oh my. The Legend of Duelist Quarter Century in the Tokyo Dome.
さあということで、なんと東京ドームでの遊戯王イベント、遊戯王デュエルモンスターズザ・レジェンド・オブ・デュエリストクォーターセンチュリー、こちらのイベントが2024年に開催が決定いたしました。25周年にふさわしいビッグイベントです。そして2024年2月4日は遊戯王オフィシャルカードゲームが25年前に誕生したまさにその日なんです。そんな記念すべき日のイベントが東京ドームで開催ということで、個人的にもね非常に楽しみなイベントなんですが、さあということで全ての遊戯王を愛するファンの皆さんにきっと喜んでいただけるイベントになると思いますので、ぜひこちらの続報をお待ちいただければと思います。さあそれではこのままのこの熱量のまま参りましょう。遊戯王ワールドチャンピオンシップ2023開幕です。
They're singing. They're playing. Okay. So, from what I can tell, the big 25th anniversary project was Battle of the Bands. So, I'm sure there's going to be more to this, but I'm going to hop off for that because it's been a long ass weekend. So, hopefully, it's more than just flute playing. Either way, they were jamming, so I'm going to jam the rest of this music and hop off. You guys have a good weekend.